Hey everybody, it's Dave. I'm back to take some more of the questions. Thanks a lot for asking more. They're piling up so fast that we're going to have trouble keeping up. So Nick and Phil are back, and Mark is behind the camera, and I'm pretty happy to be back. Guys, first question of the day.
What's driving disruptive technology?
What's driving disruptive technology in fintech? And who asked that again?
Luisa.
Luisa, thanks for being not anonymous, as we said the last time. Disruptive tech in fintech, I haven't really seen. To be honest, I've seen a lot of user experience, user interface type stuff. I haven't seen a lot of patenting going on in fintech. Even into the deep learning, artificial intelligence things that you see, I've seen a lot of replication happening, and some good execution and some really poor execution. So I think there hasn't been really disruption in fintech, and I know that's not de jour to say, but that's what I personally feel after having looked at many hundreds of fintech companies over the last couple of years. The ones that are most interesting with the potential for disruption really think about a customer need from a new angle. What we see happening is that banks have the risk of becoming the plumbing work behind all transactions and things. So the blockchain threat, basically, and distributed ledger and smart contracts, all that stuff together has the opportunity to actually create banks as more of an infrastructure rather than the front end to clients. So the disruptive angle comes, I think, when you no longer have access to your front end customer directly as a banker, but you're providing the sub infrastructure, so the plumbing. But I haven't really seen that started to happen yet. It may come, so that's why we're monitoring this so closely. But it's a really good question, but I don't think disruptive and fintech is two words. They don't go together yet. What's our next question? That was a good one.
We've got another one from Asher. What are the main trends in fintech in 2016?
What are the main trends from fintech in 2016? Good question from Asher. I think the trend of the year has been artificial intelligence. Everybody's all over it, but nobody seems to exactly have a direction with it. So people seem to think, see, I knew that I could make fun of virtual reality today.
Yeah.
Should we make fun of VR
go for
just for a couple of minutes? You don't need this to do fintech. Everybody's been playing around with new technologies for what? Give me an Oculus.
Oculus, here you go. Whoa.
You don't need this to do fintech. And I'm seeing everybody confused on artificial intelligence right now. And people don't really know what it means. So they come with deep learning. What we've seen from what we're looking at is there is no deep learning yet. A couple of the big giants may be able to start doing it. The Googles, Amazons, Microsofts of the world are getting close towards it. And they're doing a lot of programming. But if you ask Alexa today, the Amazon Alexa, a couple of questions, you can quickly confuse her. So I don't really see artificial intelligence, even though it's the big theme of 2016 in fintech, really taking customer effect yet. We have a lot of data scientists on board. Every bank that I know has a lot of data scientists on board, and they've been part of some really exciting stuff. But still, I think to get towards active product recommendation out of what customers like, or to get towards a customer's behaviors around a certain thing that he or she likes, like branding or tastes or entertainment, leading to better banking recommendations or better advisory from an actual advisor or from a robo-advisor. I haven't actually seen that taking hold yet. So even though it's the big theme, artificial intelligence 2016 in fintech, I don't believe in it yet. Do we have another question today?
We've got one more
was a
question
good one.
from Michael. After fintech, what are the next wave of startup companies that will excite venture capital? Wow,
good one. From Michael. The next wave of companies after fintech, so predicting post-Fintech. I'm not quite sure. I'm really not sure. When I really think about, we've all been looking at fintech for so long. What I personally am using today are things that make my life easier. So I'll give a plug out to Crystal Knows because we know them and we've been working with them. I think that's super interesting because directly embedded in my LinkedIn feed, in my Gmail, in my LinkedIn, is a short synopsis of the person who I don't know, who I just met and I'm talking to, or somebody I want to pitch with an idea. And so whether they're inside my own company or outside, I can quickly get a sense with this new tool of what they're about. So that's Salesforce sponsored technology, but it's really super useful if you start working with things like that. I think anything which makes somebody's life easier as a salesperson or an advisor will help banks in the future, and therefore, you know, to bring it back towards banking and finance, just from my own perspective, anything like that is going to help. I also love using Quora. You know, just personally, I think it's a great, authentic interaction with people about content. You can just talk about what you know about, and everybody else does too, and therefore, Wikipedia for me is still great. If you throw the dice at night, which is, I don't like to read the news anymore. I like to hit the random button in Wikipedia and you just learn new stuff. I find that Quora is like that. You read an article on science and then the next article is about glasses and the future of eyewear, and the next one is autonomous transport, and you can learn a lot more. And I think people are into that. So, you know, post-Fintech, I think it's already been going on for many years. I just think it's about people interacting with content in a much easier way. So, you want to do one more today, or are we good?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Good. What's the time?
Train's leaving soon.
Yeah, my train's leaving soon. It's soon, and it's beer o'clock. So, thanks again for all the positive commentary that people gave. It's really good. I wasn't sure what would happen with the first video, and actually, what turned out is that people came at me with LinkedIn comments, with Twitter. I got emails, and I got a lot more Quora questions piled up. And I think that's pretty awesome because we like answering the questions, and I like this kind of interaction. So. Thanks a lot. You can tweet me directly. Nick, how does it work?
Yeah, well, we need more questions. So actually, we got a lot of questions. And more of those questions were, how do I ask questions? So we need your questions. At SuperDaveBruno, I'm going to put it right here.
In Twitter.
In Twitter. So ask away Twitter questions, please. Thanks.
And cut, Mark. That was pretty gay.
Okay.
No, that's-